organizers of today's event. My name is Tallulah Costa, and I have lived all 16 years of my life here. I go to community high school. I was born and raised in coal country. But what is coal country? Coal country is destroying communities as it plagues our families with lung cancer and poisoned water. Coal country is driving by a beautiful, lush, green mountain only to see its neighbor, once just like it, reduced to a stripped mound of rock. Coal country is hearing, seeing, and feeling the rumbling, screaming coal cars that travel behind your school building every single day. Coal country is refusing to acknowledge that our reliance on fossil fuel has largely contributed to this crisis, putting profits before people. As Southwest Virginians and Appalachians, we understand the impact of coal and other major pollutants on a personal level. Climate crisis deniers will demand proof that our world is being anthropogenically altered. They ask us for proof they can see. We offer them graphs and statistics, years of scientific research that illustrate the truth, but they still do not believe what they cannot see. I say bring them here. Bring them to the coal plants. Let them observe with their own eyes the process of mountaintop removal. Show them the Mountain Valley Pipeline that has cut a deep and painful scar across our beautiful, sacred mountains. Let them know that our people and our animals are dying. Climate change is not some far-off crisis that has yet to come. The crisis is here. The crisis is now. We are living the crisis. I know that I am not alone when I say I am afraid. It is easy to feel helpless and small in the face of this global crisis. As a young person, I ask you, why are we in school learning for a future that may never come to be? I see many students here today, and I know that across the world, young people have walked out of school to collectively strike. Teaching institutions in many places around the U.S. have been critical of their students for leaving school to attend strikes and rallies like this one. I find such a response incredibly insensitive as we, the young people, have the weight of this polluted, imperiled world on our shoulders.
Woo!
So I ask you, why are we punishing students for caring about our collective future? I have seen so much bravery from people in my generation this past year. Youth activism, not only in the U.S. but globally, has spiked. The teens across the world who have planned these climate strikes with such maturity, thoughtfulness, and passion deserve our respect.
Woo!
The climate crisis is one of the most complex, critical, and universal issues our collective humanity has ever had to deal with. Teenagers have risen to the occasion to solve this challenge that affects each and every one of us, though in slightly different ways. For example, climate change inordinately affects people in poverty, people of color, people with disabilities, women, and children, and it is already creating thousands of climate refugees. Young people like activist Greta Thunberg understand this. On Wednesday, Greta testified before Congress. She spoke truth, wisdom, and hope. She boldly said to members of our government, "You must do the impossible because giving up can never ever be an option." Greta is a trailblazer for the youth climate movement. She has inspired me, my friends, and the world to change the way we live. She has proven to the world that young people have viable solutions, but that what we need is to be taken seriously. We can no longer suspend disbelief when looking at our environment and the influence of fossil fuel industries and big agriculture. Colonialism and capitalism operate on the assumption that there is continual growth and extraction, that there are no limits, which is a false assumption. We must reverse this cycle of exploitation.
Woo!
It is time to get real because we have no time left. Solving this issue means we need people in positions of power who truly understand the implications of the current situation and are ready to treat it as the crisis it is. We need adults to take responsibility for this global emergency.
Woo!
One of the easiest ways for adults to help young people in our fight to protect the earth and our future is to vote.
Yeah. Yes.
Additionally, it is important to correspond with your representatives by emailing or calling them to let them know how frustrated you are. Advocate and vote for things like the Green New Deal. Educate yourself on upcoming legislation that could change the way we live forever. We cannot afford to be silent. Attending rallies and protests like this one is essential to showing the government how strongly we feel about this issue. And to my fellow teens, Gen Z loves online activism. It's okay, I love it too. Instagram is a great way to share resources and information. However, we must go beyond social media and step into the real world. If a Gen Zer shows up to a protest, you know it's getting real because they showed up.
Woo!
My challenge to you is to show up more. Seek out opportunities to make your voice heard. Make the time because our world is at stake. We must raise hell until our representatives, leaders, and all the adults hear us and act.
Woo!
When you go home tonight, do not let this rally disappear from memory. Hold this rally and the thousands like it that occurred today close to your heart. This is just the beginning for us. Thank you.